So, hello and welcome people back to Let's Play Hybrid Heaven. And it's a black screen for just a little bit because I poorly edited this part. But don't worry, 'cause it's coming back.
I miss the actual protagonist.
I really do. And this is the beginning of what is not the worst chapter, but it's a chapter that leads to the worst boss in the game. And I do actually mean worst boss as in rage-quittingly bad boss.
Damn. What the fuck are we even fighting?
It's a Battletoad.
Oh, makes sense.
Who did actually make Battletoads? I don't remember. Wasn't it Rare?
I don't think it was Rare.
It was some other sadistic asshole.
Yes. Oh man, this guy's giving you the business.
Oh yeah, he jumps around all the time. That's why he gets the knee. And
Like deathlock.
and gets the leg deathlock. Thankfully, he stops for us to catch up with him.
Man, you are really working out his one leg.
I don't think that actually like your leg statistics actually account for this one. Oh, and we got reversed there. You know how small of a chance it is to actually pull that off?
That's why the computer can do it and you can't.
Obviously. Mile driver, yes.
Always inflict brain damage.
It's so good. But we're too far away to break his back.
If only there was a brain breaker move.
You just pull out
Hey, you
like
leveled up your body.
That's what the techniques go off of.
Huh. So it's not like Final Fantasy II where you just have to get punched in the chest a million times. Level up your body.
No, that's how you advance your defense against punching. That's separate.
Good. This guy was giving you the business, and now you're just bullying him. What the hell, Nico?
You know, all it really takes is catching in the middle of the animation, like that. It never gets old.
You actually used your other hand for once.
Yeah. Just to you know, humiliate him. There we go. Life Charger L. For little.
By the
And
way,
here, you can actually follow how advanced your particular moves are.
apologies to anyone if Nico sounds like he's in space.
Yeah, I just moved and I now live in a not in a shed, and also the like the acoustics in this room are way weirder than what I'm used to before.
You're gonna have to make some adjustments.
Yeah, definitely. Ass. They literally put the thingy.
Well, I mean, you didn't get hurt at least.
No, I did not.
They're giving you a lot of life stuff.
Oh.
Suspicious.
Oh yeah. There is it's a good reason. Good reason for that. Very good reason, and I've already alluded to. It can move.
Yeah, should we maybe make the boss less bullshit? Nah, just give him more life stuff.
It really doesn't help. For like the kind of bullshit the boss pulls off. Like
It's the mascot.
It's the Pikachu of this game. He never.
So determined.
Yeah, like that's why we love him and want him on our cereal and shit like that.
Quick, make a Funko Pop of him.
No.
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 But then he'd get his own cereal, Funkos.
What?
What, you didn't know Funko Pop made their own cereal?
I don't think it's a thing here in Europe.
Well, it is in the US. They're literally called Funkos, and it's literally just like super sugary cereal.
Made of sugar with 120% sugar, but it doesn't actually have any real sugar.
Kinda. And they don't... What I understand, it only comes in like 3 or 4 flavors. I know like 2 of them are cherry and blueberry. I don't know if what the other ones are. I do want to try the blueberry one though, at the very least.
But yeah, as you can see, oh, I got an S rank.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I didn't see it, therefore it doesn't exist.
But I did get a life charger X.
A large Charger X.
A large Charger X, as opposed to those life charger littles and smalls.
Yes. I take it X is like the highest one you can get.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Which means I never use it.
Because it's too valuable. You gotta save it for when you really need it.
Well, it's less so that it's so valuable, it's more so that I never have the need, because I never move. I don't think I ever move beyond using the M's.
Wow.
I just amass so many of them, you know?
And now we're fighting a mummy.
Yeah, you can dance. Yes. Yeah.
Yep, you're almost there. Let's go.
There you go. Yeah. I'm in that direction.
I think you might be blind. I think the poor thing can't see.
You know, the enemies do have the active time bar the same way as I do, and they do actually take advantage of the fact that they will get more turns if they wait, and that's what he was doing.
He's metagaming.
Yeah, like the AI in this game is actually very, very smart. Yeah, mid-right punch. Just so long as it's right. Just so long as it's right.
Past Nico was contemplating really hard and then used left punch for some stupid reason.
Oh, I know why I'm using the left punch. I was looking up what the combination was for a certain attack. That's why it was taking so long. And mid left, mid right, mid left, mid right, mid left, mid right, mid left, mid right. And then you get a special move. Or the other way around. But it's, oh no, it doesn't work the first time. You need to select it again. You need to do it again. You need to select it from the menu the second time. Because they couldn't possibly let you actually learn what the combination was before you have saved it.
Clearly.
That's such a it's such a dumb design decision, honestly, because it kind of removes the satisfaction from the process of discovery of matching all of the attacks, because you have to first figure out which one you want to use. Rising uppercut. You can actually do the exact same thing with uppercuts. But yeah, like it removes a lot of satisfaction from the process of discovering it, because it like adds an additional layer of like trial and error. not only do you have to think of it, not only do you have to execute it, but you have to execute it and then save it and execute it again, and then maybe it's a move that's a combo attack. Because
Every
they are
time
not because they're not in the manual. I have checked. Ass. And what they could have also done was, well, first of all, put them in the manual, or second of all, like, you know, like we talked before, add like a little thing which tells you this may connect better, or like with the asshole, I can never do this. Or like, you know, like light up an option when it's an attack that should connect, or like at the very least make it like super averaged, as in most most attacks are punches, most attacks are kicks, or all attacks are kicks, or all attacks are punches. But no,
Yeah.
it's just something you have to look up in on the internet, or back then buy the official strategy guide, which I don't fucking know how you would even find that, like for this game.
Buy our book.
That's
But
where only
every time I see this game's combo system, it really makes me appreciate Level Gaia more. Really.
Legend of Legaia.
Yeah, and its combo system it did for like getting secret special moves and stuff.
Mm.
Because I don't know if you ever played that game, Nico.
I do
But-
want to.
Yeah, but like it has the same sort of thing where you can choose like upper right, like left click or blah blah blah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you choose the combo you want to do, and if it does a special finisher, it'll just automatically do it, and then the game auto saves that combo for you, so you can just select it anytime.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what.
So.
Like I was saying, this is pretty much exactly what I've wanted. But yeah, as if it wasn't the case before, the placement of bombs and such things gets a lot more asshole from this point onwards.
Because no one ever looks up, you included.
Well, excuse me, not with these camera controls. As in, none.
Fair.
And also, like, placing all of these Roombas right there around the corner where you can't see them.
And around the treasure chests.
Exactly. And remember, they do percentage-based damage, so no matter at what point in the story you are, they are annoying.
They made sure of that. That was their goal. Make them annoying.
But thankfully, these Life Charger shorts are still just as good to restore a third of our HP. Freaking fire pigs, you know?
It's how you do.
Ass. Like, why did you put this thing over there? Why does it have to take more than 2 hits? Like,
So waste your time.
Like you have to not only dodge the 2 things, but then dodge the 3rd thing that's behind the thing that you can't see. Like I've said before, the traps easily could have been just removed, or at least please make it so that it eventually gets less bad, you know. But no, it only gets worse.
Oh god, it's going Super Saiyan!
No, it only does defense enhancer.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. I mean, it's gonna take a little longer, but it's worthless to actually take off his defense, because if you ever see an enemy use a buff, that means they can always use it again and again and again and again. And for you, that's an incredibly rare item. So save it. Save it for the end, or at least save it for the boss that's coming up at the end of this chapter, because that boss is bullshit. And it's not only the boss part of that boss that is bad, it's the gimmick before it that's even worse. Well, no, it's not actually worse, but it doesn't happen. Ooh, that was nice.
Take you, Nico.
The knee twister.
God damn it, Nico.
What?
Nothing.
I didn't hear it because Discord fucked up.
I said, how many tries did it take you for that boss?
Oh, 15.
Jesus, you counted.
At least this many. It took at least this many. I mean, it may have seemed more because it was super annoying. Because not only do you have to like, there is a very, very wonky and annoying section right in front, right before the boss, and there is no saving point in between. And like your success at the part that's before it, largely decided by you know, how wonky the physics engine in this game is. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Not in the slightest. And also just how they sort of try to integrate the platforming and the battle system for that particular section. Horrible idea that should have just stayed in the beta. But that's all for the future. But yeah, Mr. Too Many Eyes is taking too many hits because of that, you know, the defense enhancer. Sadly, it like when it comes to defense raising and reducing thingamajigs, you can I'm a free run this shit.
Tales of Hybrid Heaven.
The Tales, the pro Tales community is now crying because I am abusing free run.
Yes. How dare you?
How dare you use a mechanic that's in the game, you whore!
How dare you?
And then they've actually save edited their Hybrid Heaven save data, you know.
Or in one particular case, the person didn't even play Hybrid Heaven, he just grabbed a 100% save online.
Yeah, exactly.
Only like 3 people will know who we're talking about.
Exactly. And here I'm looking up again what the possible combinations are. If I am doing the one I'm thinking of, this is one of the weirder ones, which actually involves oh yeah, like low, mid, and high kicks.
Does it result in Chun-Li's lightning legs?
Maybe. In any case, it is also not the best attack, simply because it involves legs other than the right one.
Gross.
Yeah, right? Especially since there are combos which only involve the right leg or only the right arm, so obviously we're gonna be sticking to those. Ass. I was in the middle of an animation.
You're starting to wise up your tactics, Nico.
Yeah, like the same as you can rush the enemy with how many turns you have loaded up, they can do the exact same to you, and that's actually really awesome. As you.
It is nice when the player and the AI are put on equal footing in games.
Yeah, especially since they also have just about equal amount of HP to you.
Yeah.
And can use all of the same attacks as you can. Well, more or less. I say that like it would have been really cool if eventually, like for example, by the time you beat a certain boss, you would get an optional attack to, like for example, an upgrade to your phaser gun, which is just like it's permanent fire now, or something like that.
Nico, the phaser gun will never be useful. I'm sorry.
I know, but like, I want it to be kind of useful. I want it to not be a piece of shit.
Don't we all, Nico?
I mean, like even the animation isn't any good. It's just like pew pew pew. It's a sad pew pew.
The most depressing pew.
The pew.
Instead of pew-pewing, it's Q-queuing.
Oh, because this, oh joy. Because you remember how fun the shooter section, at least this one isn't as long. It's actually completely skippable if you don't care to.
But like it's there, so you gotta.
And also it drops a health item, life charger little. It would have been such a troll if by the end of the game they started to give you like some arbitrary sizes. It's like this one restores 10 increments of 30. But why would I want that?
S is for small, M is for mini,
As for
L is for little, and X is for extreme.
No, X is for like not even there, just like X potion. It's like it's not even a potion anymore. It just takes up your inventory.
Yes. D is for don't use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By the way, I cannot skip these. This is the only text in the game that you cannot fast forward.
Well, that just makes it realistic, now doesn't it, Nico?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Loading on the Nintendo 64. You know?
That was a pretty cool entrance.
Mm-hmm. And it's not even a boss.
Right?
It's definitely a lot more fair than the boss that's coming up. Nah, I don't have full turns. Stop it, Ron, stop. I do also like that you can sort of tell what the what the moveset of the enemy is going to be like, just based off of their based off of what they look like. So, like, for example, because he's really tall and has long legs, he's going to be attacking with his legs most of the times. Also, because he moves so quickly. Whereas the ones which are a lot more thick will more likely use grabs and such.
What if there was a monster who, like the Green Power Ranger, attacked crotch first all the time? Like,
Then...
what stat would that use? Would it use body or would it use legs?
Probably body. I mean, that would just go under grabs, so...
Right.
But yeah, somebody posted in the comments some time ago, like, what the speed stat actually goes off of, and it seems like the most logical thing. Yeah, that was the kick that I tried to do before. The most logical thing seems that it actually affects your chance at like stepping in at the right moment. Which honestly, it's worthless considering how little of a step you make.
Right.
And how you really honestly cannot tell what type of move enemy is going to use, unless you're like at a very large distance and the only thing they could possibly be using is a projectile attack. Like, otherwise it's impossible to tell what they're gonna do. Because they will often, like some of them, they will just punch the air if they feel like it, even if they're nowhere near close to you.
As we saw before.
Like with the Man in Black. So, I mean, if for example, if this game were to be remade nowadays, I guess they would have just given the warning sign, like for example, add a little bit more, wind up to every attack, or like have the point of warning actually already show you what, like a beginning of a given. Oh, and we get the bitch slap now. But yeah, like they would show like the beginning of an attack, or like you could interrupt you could interrupt the attack of the enemy with like a slow motion. It's kind of similarly to how they did active pause in Witcher 2, where like the game wouldn't stop entirely, but it would almost stop entirely when you were switching weapons or magic. So it still kept that certain degree of realism to it, without actually sacrificing the playability. But implementation of something like this in a game in something like Hybrid Heaven would actually be very nice, simply because, well, you could wait a little bit longer with that active pause in order to see which attack the enemy is actually going to use while making your decision, while also it not really being a great idea to keep waiting until the last moment before you make your decision.
Right.
And it could balance out the different options you have in combat, because, in this, as we see, the best option is to just tank everything, because you are going to get hit no matter what. No matter how good you are, you will get hit.